Great. Okay. Well, I think we've got everybody, so I will get us started. I will call our regular city council meeting being held virtually via WebEx of October 13th, 2020 to order. If anybody who is able to please put your camera on and unmute yourself and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. The next item is our open forum, and I will pass it on to Executive Assistant Wynn to let us know if there's anybody on the line for the open forum. And if you could also, I guess, let people know how they can participate in the open forum as well.
She might be currently getting people on the call, so we might want to give her a few seconds.
And what I can do is I can just read for folks who are interested in the open forum while she's doing that. So as a reminder, we ask folks to keep their comments to 3 minutes, and the open forum is an opportunity for anyone to share comments that they have on issues not related to anything on our council agenda. And it's a time for residents to just address the council. It's not an opportunity for back and forth discussion, but to just share your thoughts and opinions. If you would like to participate in the open forum, you can call us at 612-861-0651. And Kelly will put you through. So I'll just take a pause and see if Executive Assistant Wynn has anyone to put through the line.
My apologies, Mayor. I'm having some difficulty getting her through. Give me just a moment here.
Absolutely, not a problem.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, hi, we can hear you.
Oh, good. All right. When the city passes, I have 3 matters I'd like to quickly address. When the city passes tax dollars through to VEEP or to the tourism board, does the city relinquish responsibility for accounting and or for having the monies audited? Secondly, at Council's September 22nd meeting, I posed questions concerned with the subject of wage theft and labor trafficking. Is there a reason I should get no feedback from Council or from city staff? Number 3, one bulletin board on TV channel 16 indicates that the next meeting of the Planning Commission is scheduled for October 2019. Rebroadcasts of Planning Commission meetings are slated to appear on Channel 16 on Fridays at 7 p.m. and on Sundays at 10:30 a.m. The Planning Commission last met the fourth Monday in September. However, all rebroadcast slating indicate the only program that is rebroadcast is the July meeting, and I'm wondering why the September meeting has not been rebroadcast. I'll hang up. Thank you.
One moment. Oh, I was just going to ask her to please state her name and information. All right. Thank you very much. Is there anybody else here for the open forum?
I do not have any more callers, Mayor.
Okay, we'll just wait a few minutes or a few moments to just make sure no one else calls. Okay, I'll close the open forum and we can move to the next item on the agenda, which is the approval of the minutes of the Joint City Council and HRA work session of September 21st, 2020, the City Council work session of September 22nd, 2020, and the City Council meeting of September 22nd, 2020.
Councilmember Whalen, so moved.
I'll second.
The minutes have been moved by Councilmember Whalen and seconded by Councilmember Garcia. Are there any comments or questions on the minutes? All right, Executive Analyst Martinez Gavinia, could you please take roll call vote?
Mayor Reagan Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Supple, Councilmember Troutman, Councilmember Garcia,
Aye.
Councilmember Whalen.
Aye.
We have 3 ayes.
Thank you. The minutes have been approved.
It's John Stark.
Oh, yep.
So I just want to make sure you know that you guys are at the November meeting, not this, or maybe the second meeting in October. Okay, I just saw you on the meeting. I'm like, I hope that he's not expecting to.
Oh, Director Stark? Oh, there we go. Okay, thank you. And then I just want to make a clarification for folks tuning in that we do have Councilmember Supple and Councilmember Troutman are not here today. So we do have 3 of us at our meeting, but we have 2 council members missing.
But they are, Mayor, they are excused absences, right?
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
The next item on our agenda is the approval of the agenda.
I'll move approval of the agenda.
Councilmember Whalen, I'll second.
Thank you. The Councilmember Garcia has moved the agenda and it's been seconded by Councilmember Whalen. Executive Analyst Martinez Gavinia, could you please take roll call vote?
Mayor Reagan Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Supple, Councilmember Troutman, Councilmember Garcia,
Aye.
Councilmember Whalen.
Aye.
We have 3 ayes.
Madam Mayor, I don't think that we need to mention the other 2 council members that are not present.
Thank
Is
you.
there excuse?
I'm just going to wrap up this item and then we can go back to discussing that, Councilmember Garcia. So the agenda has been approved. And then now I just want to pose the question that Councilmember Garcia just stated. Attorney Tejan, is it okay to just call on the 3 council members that are in attendance tonight, or do we have to go through the roll call vote with everybody?
Mayor, I think it's fine to just call the 3 that are present since it's already been noted that the other 2 are absent. That's fine.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The next item is the consent calendar, and that goes to City Manager Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mayor. The consent calendar contains several separate items which are acted upon by the City Council in one motion. Once the consent calendar has been approved, the individual items and recommended actions have also been approved, and no further council action on these items is necessary. On tonight's consent calendar, item A, motion to pass a resolution regarding Hennepin County's SCORE 2021 Act Amendment, and SCORE stands for Select Committee on Recycling and the Environment. Item B, consider the approval of Minnesota Department of Transportation lease agreement number 27710, amendment number 6, for continued use of excess land along I-494 next to the Best Buy campus for a Metro Transit park and ride parking lot and transit station. Item C, consider the adoption of a resolution authorizing acceptance of Office of Traffic Safety OTS funds for an extension of an original 4-year grant to fully fund an officer dedicated to DWI enforcement in Richfield. And I also do want to note we had a small error on this item, and we've corrected it, but just for folks that had checked the items online before the meeting, the resolution on this had listed that the grant, it was $76,919.89. It actually should be $96,852.49. So good news is that it's more money. Item D, consider the approval of an amendment number 1 to the construction and maintenance agreement with Chamberlain Apartments, LLC, that modifies indemnification provisions in the agreement for the apartments constructed at 6630, 6700, and 6701 Richfield Parkway. Item E, consider the adoption of a resolution authorizing amendment number 2 to the partnership agreement between the City of Richfield and the Minnesota Department of Transportation for the purchase of salt through June 30th, 2022. And item F, consider a resolution approving a license agreement with Spawns Automotive for the parking lot at Cedar Avenue and Diagonal Boulevard, and authorize the city manager and the mayor to execute any renewals to the license agreement after October 13th, 2020. And I submit all of these items for your consideration as part of the consent agenda.
Thank you.
Councilmember Whalen, I'll move to approve the consent calendar.
I will second.
Thank you. The consent calendar has been moved by Councilmember Whalen and seconded by Councilmember Garcia. Are there any questions or comments on the consent calendar from council members? No? Okay, seeing that we have none. Analyst Martinez Cavina, could you please take the roll call vote?
Mayor Reagan Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Garcia,
Aye.
Councilmember Whalen.
Aye.
We have 3 ayes.
Thank you. The consent calendar has been approved. The next items, we have a series of public hearings. Now, I just want to review the process that we'll be taking for these items. So it's items number 4 through 11 on our agenda. We have grouped similar public hearings together so that item number 4 and 5 will go together and be read by Councilmember Garcia. Items 6 through 10 will be grouped together and read by Councilmember Whalen. And then I will conduct the public hearing and read the item for number 11. And what we'll do is we will have one public hearing for each of those 3 groupings, but then motions will be made separately for each item. Is that the right understanding that I have? City Attorney Tejan, is that correct?
Yes, Mayor, you stated that correctly.
Okay, great, thank you. So we will proceed with items 4 and 5, which go to Councilmember Garcia.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a hearing and consideration of a resolution adopting the annual Lindell Hub Nicollet LHN Maintenance District Assessment. The Lindell Hub Nicollet Maintenance Assessment was established to recover special maintenance expenses in the Lindell Hub Nicollet area in 1981. The current services include maintenance and operation of irrigation, weed control, mowing, trash and litter removal, maintenance of street lighting system, and fence maintenance. The Lindell Hub Nicollet redevelopment area is bounded by 64th Street, 1st Street, 67th Street, and Emerson Avenue. Now, this item is similar to item number 5. They're alike, but they're different. But the main legal thing is that they're germane. So.
And Councilmember Garcia, if you could just read the item for number 5, just a sentence or two stating what it is about for the public.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, and then for the second item is the public consideration, public hearing for a resolution adopting the annual Interstate Lindell Nicollet ILN project area assessment and proposed work for 2021. And that also includes, as I mentioned before, maintenance and operation of the irrigation systems, weed control, mowing, fertilization, trash and litter removal, and replanting. And the boundaries there, the current services are provided on both sides of 77th Street wall. Maintenance functions are funded through a maintenance assessment on 77th Street commercial properties.
Thank you, Councilmember Garcia. Is there a motion to, oh, sorry, would you like to open the public hearing? Councilmember Garcia, would you like to open the public hearing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to do it.
Oh.
Yes. Is anybody present or on the call or video to voice their opinion on this public hearing?
Thank you, Councilmember Garcia. I currently do not have anybody on the line, but I will just review. We do have our public hearing line open. You may call 612-861-0651 to participate in our public hearings. And that line is open now.
Good. We also open the public hearing for item number 5, right?
Yep, the public hearing is for both items, number 4 and 5. So maybe if you want to just ask one more time, if anybody's here for the public hearing, we can wait a few moments, and then we can close the hearing and then make the motions.
Is anyone else have anything to say regarding the public hearings on items number 4 and 5? Anyone else present or calling in for items 4 or 5, which are the maintenance?
I do have a call coming through, so give me just a moment. Caller, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, just state your name and your address, and then you can have your comments.
Oh, my name's Troy Leland. I'm at 7000 James Avenue South in Richfield, 55423. and I'm calling regarding the certification to property taxes. I understand that is one of the items on the agenda for today. Is that what you're looking for commentary on right now?
What we're doing is that we're going to adopt a resolution adopting the annual Lindell Hub Nicollet Maintenance District Assessment. And the other one would be adopting the annual Interstate Lindell Nicollet Project Area Assessment and proposed work for 2021. So no, it is not what you're asking.
Yeah, so I called in earlier and asked about my time for the hearing. I just spoke with the folks here who put me through. I'm just waiting to be put through for this next portion of the meeting, apparently.
Okay. So, Kelly, do we have anyone else that wants?
We do not. Troy, if you'd like to actually just stay on the line for a few moments, and we'll wrap up this item and we'll move on to your portion here.
Okay, thanks.
Yep, that will be the next portion. So that will be item 6 through 10, and that's item number 10. So if you'd like to close the public hearing, Councilmember Garcia, and then we can move to making separate motions on each of those items.
Okay, so I will move that we close the public hearing, Mayor.
Councilmember Whalen, I'll second.
Thank you. The public hearing the motion has been made to close the public hearing by Councilmember Garcia and seconded by Councilmember Whalen. Analyst Martinez Gavinia, could you please take the roll call vote?
Wait a minute, let me get the motion. Okay, the motion is to adopt the resolution.
Oh, one second, Councilmember Garcia. Sorry, we need to just close the public hearing first, and then you can move to make the motions.
Okay. Then I move to close the public hearing.
Mayor Reagan Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilmember Garcia.
Aye.
Councilmember Whalen.
Aye.
We have 3 ayes.
Thank you. The public hearing for items number 4 and 5 have been closed. Now you can make the motion, Councilmember Garcia.
Okay, I move that we adopt a resolution adopting the assessment on the Lindell Hub Nicollet District for cost incurred to maintenance of the area for 2019.
Councilmember Whalen, I'll second.
Thank you. The motion has been made for item number 4 by Councilmember Garcia, seconded by Councilmember Whalen. Are there any questions or comments from council members on this item? Okay, Analyst Martinez Gavinia, if you could please take the roll call vote.
Mayor Reagan Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilmember Garcia.
Aye.
Councilmember Whalen.
Aye.
We have 3 ayes.
Thank you. The item has been approved, and then we can move to the resolution for item number 5.
Okay, by motion, I move that we adopt a resolution adopting the assessment on the ILN project area for costs incurred to maintain the area for 2019. And let's see, that's the same thing, right? That's
City Attorney Tejan, can we put number 1 and 2, both items for this one together, or should they also be their own items?
Mayor, those can be in just one motion. That's fine.
Okay, thank you. You can put them in one, Councilmember.
okay. And so what we're ordering is the undertaking of the current service project within the ILN project area for 2021.
Councilmember Whalen, I'll second.
Thank you. The motion has been made by Councilmember Garcia and seconded by Councilmember Whalen. Any comments or questions on this item by council members? Councilmember Whalen.
Just a quick reminder, I was going to say this at the last one. To anyone who's listening in and is a little confused by this, these are just to the businesses in the area to maintain like public areas and public amenities within these project areas.
Thank you, Councilmember Whalen. Okay, any other comments on this item? All right, Analyst Martinez Gavinia, if you could please take roll call vote.
Mayor Reagan Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Garcia,
Aye.
Councilmember Whalen.
Aye.
We have 3 ayes.
Thank you. The motion has been approved. The next items number 6 through 10, will go to Councilmember Whalen.
Thank you, Mayor. So I will talk through these, give a brief summary of each one, and then we will open up the public hearing for all 5 of them. They're all related to special assessments for various reasons. So item number 6 is a public hearing and consideration of a resolution adopting the assessment for removal of diseased trees from private property for work ordered in the calendar year 2019. This is when the city needs to remove a diseased tree on private property. One of the options the owners can take is to have the cost of that be assessed against their property. So that is related. That's what that item is relating to. Item number 7 is a public hearing, and then consider the special assessment role for weed elimination from private property and removal or elimination of public health or safety hazards from private property. When the city is forced to take care of weeds or public health or safety hazards, this is to then recoup the costs of that those can be assessed against the property owner. Item number 8, a public hearing regarding the special assessment role for unpaid false alarm user fees against private property. This is relating to businesses or other property owners who have alarms that are connected, like can call 911 from the alarm, and if it proves to be false, they are charged a fee to help cover the costs of that. So this is for unpaid charges of that nature. Item number 9, again, public hearing regarding the special assessment rule, this one for unpaid vacant property registration fees against private property. So vacant property needs to be registered with the city, and if those fees have not been paid, this is to recoup those costs. And then finally, item number 10, the public hearing regarding the assessment of delinquent utility bills to be certified to property taxes. So any property owner who is behind on their utility bills can, for 2020, can have those assessed to their 2021 property taxes. I will note before we go to public comment, all of these, the final one is a couple days different, but all of these you have roughly a month to pay them off if you would not like them to be assessed to your property. But with that, I will open up the public hearing. And I believe Kelly is our neighbor who wanted to comment still on the line.
Yep. Troy, if you'd like to make your comments, if you just want to restate your name and your address for us again, and then you can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry about my unnecessary intro on your last part there. So my name is Troy Leland. I'm at 7000 James Avenue South in Richfield, Minnesota 55423. I'm calling in reference to the letter that I received for this hearing about property taxes being assessed to our taxes. Ben, what you had just described answers one of my questions. I was just looking for some clarity on, how, this was all going to work as far as how you would collect payment against the tax bill for 2021. So I just wanted to be present and figure out what was going on so that I knew, what our next steps were.
Okay, thank you. I believe sorry, Mayor, if I am taking over your role, do you want to manage commenters or, okay. I believe we will answer all of the questions after the public hearing is closed, but if we can circle back at the end, staff, and address for anyone, both him and anyone else who's wondering like the process of paying these, if they would like to, we can circle back to that once the public hearing is done. Kelly, do we have anyone else who would like to comment in the public hearing?
I don't, but if you want to just give it a moment here.
Would you be willing to restate the phone number?
Yep, the phone number is 612-861-0651.
Thank you. And again, this is a public hearing relating to special assessments for diseased trees, weed removal, false alarms, user fees, and vacant property, and delinquent utility bills. So I'll ask once more, is there anyone else who would like to comment in this public hearing on items numbers 6 through 10 of tonight's agenda?
I do not have any other callers.
Then I will move to close the public hearing.
I will second.
Thank you. Councilmember Whalen has made the motion to close the public hearing, and it has been seconded by Councilmember Garcia. Analyst Martinez Gavina, could you please take the roll call vote?
Mayor Rega Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilmember Garcia.
Aye.
Councilmember Whalen.
Aye.
We have 3 ayes.
Thank you. The public hearing has been closed.
And I'm not actually sure who the appropriate staff person would be, but staff, would you be willing to address the question around someone who is looking to, I guess I would ask both, maybe someone who's looking to pay it off in the next month, and then for someone who wants to pay it but will pay it through the assessment, kind of what those two situations look like?
This is Finance Director Regis. Starting tonight, after the public hearing is closed and the council approves all the special assessments, a 30-day prepayment period starts. This allows the residents that have been notified of these special assessments to prepay the special assessments before it's certified down to the county, and they can prepay this without interest. Once it's sent down to the county, interest will be charged on the special assessments. I think all of them, except for the tree removal, are 1-year special assessments. The tree removal is a 5-year special assessment. And then they should have all received notification from the city of the public hearing tonight. And then there should be notification or information on there where to make the payments. They can make payments to the city of Richfield, or they can call the city and we can give them that information too if they would like also.
Wonderful. Thank you, Director Regis. With that, I would then like to make a motion to approve the resolution adopting the assessment for removal of diseased trees from private property for work ordered from January 1st, 2019 through December 31st, 2019.
Second.
Thank you. The motion has been made by Councilmember Whalen and seconded by Councilmember Garcia. Are there any comments or questions from council members? Okay, Analyst Martinez Gavinia, if you could please take the roll call vote.
Mayor Reagan Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Garcia,
Aye.
Councilmember Whalen.
Aye.
We have 3 ayes.
Thank you. The motion has been approved.
Then I would like to make a motion to approve the attached resolution adopting the assessment for weed elimination from private property and removal or elimination of public health or safety hazards from private property.
Second.
Thank you. The motion has been made by Councilmember Garcia, Councilmember Whalen, and seconded by Councilmember Garcia. Are there any questions or comments from council members on this item? Okay, Analyst Martinez Gavinia, if you could please take the roll call vote.
Mayor Reagan Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Garcia,
Aye.
Councilmember Whalen.
Aye.
We have 3 ayes.
Thank you. The motion has been approved.
Then I would like to make a motion to approve the attached resolution adopting the assessment for unpaid false alarm user fees against private property.
I will second it. The motion has been made by Councilmember Whalen and seconded by Mayor Reagan Gonzalez for number 8. Are there any comments or questions from council members on this item? Okay, Analyst Martinez Gavinia, if you could please take the roll call vote.
Mayor Reagan Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Garcia,
Aye.
Councilmember Whalen.
Aye.
We have 3 ayes.
Thank you. The motion for number 8, item number 8, has been approved.
Then I will make another motion to approve the attached resolution adopting the assessment for unpaid vacant property registration fees against private property.
I will second.
Thank you. The motion has been made by Councilmember Whalen and seconded by Councilmember Garcia. Are there any comments or questions from council members on item number 9? Okay, Analyst Martinez Gavinia, if you could please take the roll call vote.
Mayor Reagan Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Garcia,
Aye.
Councilmember Whalen.
Aye.
We have 3 ayes.
Thank you. The motion has been approved.
Right, and last, I would make a motion to approve the attached authorizing certification of unpaid water, sanitary sewer, stormwater, and streetlight charges to the county auditor to be collected with other taxes on said properties.
I will second.
Thank you. The item, the motion has been made for number 10 from Councilmember Whalen and seconded by Councilmember Garcia. Are there any council member questions or comments on item number 10? Okay, Analyst Martinez Gavinia, could you please take the roll call vote?
Mayor Reagan Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Garcia,
Aye.
Councilmember Whalen.
Aye.
We have 3 ayes.
Thank you. The motion has been approved for item number 10. Moving to item number 11, it is a public hearing for the consideration of the platting and vacation of the right-of-way of utility easements at 6228 Penn Avenue South and 6200 Queen Avenue South, which is the Lunds and Byerly site. On October 28th, 2019, the council approved plans for a multifamily development in the existing parking lot of the Lunds and Byerly grocery store at 6200 and 6228 Penn Avenue South. As conditions of this approval, the applicant must plat the property in order to re-subdivide the land in accordance with the approval plans. The applicant must also officially request the vacation of abandoned right-of-way in the middle of the site utility easement. New utility easements have been dedicated in the plat, and the easements are no longer necessary. Platting is a technical process that establishes property lines, right-of-way, and utility easements. It is not a recommendation of land use approvals already granted for the development. The city's attorney office, Hennepin County, MnDOT, and the public utility companies have reviewed the proposed plat and vacations. All comments have been addressed or included as stipulations in the resolution. And before I just turn this over to staff to give any additional clarification, the council did get some clarification on, because we have been receiving quite a bit of communication from our neighbors and residents concerned about the trees on the Lenz and Byerly's property. So just to remind folks, this public hearing, again, as I just stated, is to consider the vacation of a few easements and the final plat for the Lenz development. And then as a reminder, this vote is not related to, and it does not include the ability to change the site plan, which would be addressing the tree issue that a lot of folks have contacted us about. That plan and that vote was taken by the City Council on November of 2019, which had a public hearing at the Planning Commission on October 19th. So just to clarify with our residents who are concerned about the Lenz and the trees on the Lenz and Byerly sites, we have been responding to folks via email as those concerns have been coming into us, and have also communicated those concerns with the folks at Lenz and Byerly. So before I open the public hearing, I just want to ask staff if there's any additional comments on this item.
Mayor Reagan Gonzalez, I don't have anything to add. This is a technical proceeding, and I think you covered it well.
Okay, thank you very much. This is a public hearing to consider the platting and vacation of the right-of-way and the utility easements at the Lenz and Byerly site. Is anybody here on the line, Assistant Wynn, for this item?
Thank you, Mayor. I currently do not have anybody on the line, but residents can call in to 612-861-0651 to participate in our public hearings.
Thank you. I'll just wait for a little bit to make sure nobody calls in. I'll ask one more time. Is anybody else here for the public hearing on the vacation of the right-of-way and utility easements at the Lenz and Byerly site?
I have not received any calls.
Thank you, Assistant Wynn. All right, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Councilmember Whalen, I'll second.
Oh, I think I heard Councilmember Garcia first. So Mayor Reagan Gonzalez has made the motion and Councilmember Garcia has seconded. Analyst Martinez Gavinia, could you please take the roll call vote?
Mayor Reagan Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilmember Garcia.
Aye.
Councilmember Whalen.
Aye.
We have 3 ayes.
Thank you. The public hearing has been closed. And then just to clarify and make sure, Attorney Tejan, I can do items number 1 and 2 together, correct, in one motion?
Yes, Mayor, I think that's fine to do it in one motion.
Thank you. I would like to make the motion to approve the attached transitory ordinance vacating road and utility easements over property located at 6200 and 6228 Penn Avenue South, and approve the attached resolution granting approval of the final plat for Lenz of Richfield.
I'll second. Councilmember Whalen.
Thank you. The motion has been made by Mayor Reagan Gonzalez and seconded by Councilmember Whalen. Are there any additional questions or comments on this item from council members? Okay, seeing as we have none, Analyst Martinez Gavinia, could you please take the roll call vote?
Mayor Reagan Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilmember Garcia.
Aye.
Councilmember Whalen.
Aye.
We have 3 ayes.
Thank you. The motions have been approved. The next item, number 12, will go to Councilmember Garcia.
Thank you, Mayor. This is an amendment to approve final development plans for a mixed-use development at 101 66th Street East, which is 66th Street and First Avenue. The proposed amendment reduces commercial space and increases the number of apartments in the project. In June of 2018, the council approved the development plans for the mixed-use building with 6,000 square feet of commercial space and 31 apartments at 66th Street and First, now known as the EMI. After a series of delays, the developer approached the City Council and Housing Redevelopment Authority to discuss the possibility of amending those plans to reduce ground floor commercial space and provide affordable housing units instead. The council and HRA were generally supportive, and the developer is now proposing a development that includes 1,770 square feet of commercial and 42 apartments. I don't know if staff wants to make any comments.
Thank you, Councilmember Garcia. I'll just say that this proposal does not change significantly the exterior of the building. It still will relate really nicely to 66th Street, although now that will be through walk-up units as opposed to commercial space. As you can imagine, the current conditions have made commercial space much less viable. And so that's part of this change as well. The only other thing that I'll mention is that the increase in units and the decrease in commercial space changes the parking requirements for the development. There was significant discussion at the Planning Commission about this. And ultimately, the Planning Commission recommended that the developer reduce the parking on site to the maximum allowed by code. So you'll see in your packet that the developer has just X'd out, so it's very clear which parking stalls would be removed to hit that maximum amount. And those stalls were selected based on what we thought would be most advantageous to the neighbor to the south. Other than that, almost everything with this project is the same as when it was approved by you in 2018. And that's all from staff. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to try and answer those.
No, I don't have any questions. I think this is an improvement over what we had before. So if there's no questions, I make the motion, renew my motion.
Thank you. I did see a question, but why don't we just wait for a second and then I'll open it back up to council questions.
Okay.
And then I will make the second on the motion, and the motion has been made by Councilmember Garcia and seconded by Mayor Regan Gonzalez. Are there additional questions or comments from council members on this item? Councilmember Whalen.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I agree with what Councilmember Garcia had stated. I think this is an improvement. It's no surprise to anyone here that I'm excited about the affordable housing units being added. I think in general, the neighbors, I mean, one of the biggest concerns was traffic, and that the more housing versus commercial does reduce the traffic. And so they're excited about that. There was some good conversation at the Planning Commission too about how to add some more green space with the fewer parking spaces. So appreciated that and the continued effort to work with the neighbors, direct neighbors to the south on that. The one question I was remembering from the Planning Commission meeting that I'm not sure if there was a clear answer to, is it still in the works for the trash and recycling to be like in the underground parking space or otherwise out of view?
Councilmember Whalen, that remains in the resolution that we'll continue to work toward that with the developer. We don't, the resolution states that we wouldn't want to sacrifice required parking for that. But if there is a way to move that trash in the building, we will certainly look to do that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any final comments on this item? All right. Annalise Martinez-Gavinia, could you please take the roll call vote?
Mayor Reagan Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Garcia,
Aye.
Councilmember Whalen.
Aye.
We have 3 ayes.
Thank you. The motion has been approved. The next item, number 13, is assigned to Councilmember Whalen.
Thank you, Mayor. This item is to consider approval of the Climate Action Plan, which I'm very excited about. Over the past several years, Richfield's undertaken numerous sustainability-related initiatives, complementing existing city services that already follow environmental best practices. Recently, after resident inquiries and with increased sustainability efforts, City Council asked staff to create a climate action plan for Richfield. This report will help guide many of the environmental initiatives the city will undertake over the next 5 years. After getting feedback on the CAP at the previous work session and subsequently revising it, staff are now requesting formal approval of the Climate Action Plan. This activity will help increase and advance the sustainability work and education happening throughout the city. I want to say too, the summary doesn't include it, but many thanks to the Sustainability Commission for weighing in on this, sharing their ideas. Certainly they're going to be a big part of helping share and implement several of the practices. I can say more, but I think I will pass it off to staff. Did staff want to share a bit more about the Climate Action Plan?
Yeah, thank you, Councilmember Whalen. I want to say thank you to also our sustainability specialist, Lindholm. She's done a terrific job bringing a lot of research to the plan and knowledge. We're really lucky to have her kind of guiding us. And it's a very comprehensive plan that really focuses on 6 areas of sustainability with a total of 80 actions in all of the areas. And it really will help prioritize our efforts in the coming years. And it's also affords the opportunity that annually we can reassess and modify as needed with our Sustainability Commission and input from residents. But the overall focus is really helping move our city to become more sustainable, including lots of education and behavioral changes. And it also, I would like to say too, the overall plan is very equitable. That's something that we're very intentional about as we put it together. And I'll also ask Sustainability Specialist Lindholm if she'd like to add anything.
Thank you, Director Merkel. I just want to thank Council for their guidance and also initially being huge proponents for this initiative. It was a really fun project to pull together, and I'm glad that we were able to get a lot of resident feedback and commission feedback. And yeah, it's a plan that I'm really proud of, and I hope that the city can be too.
Well, thank you, Specialist Lindholm and Director Markle. I want to take a little bit of time just to say for folks who I know we discussed in detail at a previous work session. So if you're very curious, go back, listen to that, or check out the full plan in today's agenda or on the sustainability page on the website. But one of the things I'm really excited about that I think staff could have tooted their own horns more on this, that there's a lot of climate action plans out there that are called climate action plans, but are very kind of big picture and not, which also has a place. But that I'm really happy that this is literally like a plan for action, that it's clear steps that we can take. We'll know each year whether we are succeeding or not in working toward the big picture goal of becoming more sustainable. And so it includes things like reducing energy usage, increasing renewable energy, green building design, land management and conservation, reducing waste, expanding recycling, as well as local and healthy food. So certainly there will be a lot more opportunities for the public to get involved with this going forward. So keep your ears open for that. But thank you again to staff and the commission and everyone who made this happen. I'm really excited about it. So with that, I will make the motion. Well, I couldn't find it because it's so short. I will make the motion to approve the climate action plan.
Second.
Thank you. The motion has been made by Councilmember Whalen and seconded by Councilmember Garcia. Are there any additional comments or questions from council members on this item? I would just like to add and emphasize with residents that this, as Director Markle said, this is a living document. This is something that will be revisited on a regular basis. And so I just encourage residents to reach out to council members and staff. And actually, I just wanted to ask a question to Sustainability Coordinator and or Director Markle on this. We get so many questions and comments and suggestions from residents in general around issues that could be related to our climate action plan. Is there a way to kind of make sure that our Sustainability Commission is also aware of kind of the volume and the type of questions that council members and staff get on these issues? We just get so many. I think that information would be really helpful to inform updates and the climate action plan for the commission.
Yeah. Thank you, Mayor, for the question. You know, we meet monthly, and it could definitely be part of our monthly agenda and talking about what sort of questions, concerns, you know, that the public and residents have. So we could share that on a monthly basis with them.
Yeah, I think that would be really great. It's just some real-time information regarding, you know, what our residents are seeing. They're out in the community on day-to-day. Maybe they're, you know, emailing us about invasive species or mowing or birds or litter and trash, or just recently we've had quite a bit of comments around tree preservation as we look at our redevelopments, and the suggestions have been really great by our community members. So if there was a mechanism to give those updates, I think that would just really help the work of the Sustainability Commission. And to echo Councilmember Whalen's comments, I am also super excited for this climate action plan and the work of the commission. And Rachel, you've done such a great job and have been such a great leader with the sustainability work. This is an area where we can really tie so many of our goals and priorities looking to the future, for the future of Richfield, that do involve looking at equity and affordable housing and the spaces that we have here in the community. So it's just, it's very exciting, and I can't wait to keep being a part of it. So thank you, everybody. Yes, Rachel.
Thank you, Mayor. I did want to put a quick plug. I know you were saying communication between the comments that council members get and the commission, but I did want to say that the Sustainability Commission is open for public comment as well. And there are directions on how to submit that public comment on the Sustainability Commission's webpage. So
that's awesome. Thank you for that reminder. That I think that's great, and that's something we can definitely share with our residents. And maybe, I don't know if it's been shared through the social media, you know, through our Facebook and other vehicles, but I know a ton of people follow that, and that might be a nice reminder to our residents too through those channels. Any other comments on this item? Okay, Analyst Martinez Gavinia, if you could please take the roll call vote.
Mayor Reagan Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilmember Garcia.
Aye.
Councilmember Whalen.
Aye.
We have 3 ayes.
Thank you. The motion has been approved. The next item, item number 14, is the city manager's report, and that goes to City Manager Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a very brief report. You've had a long agenda tonight, and it's COVID related. As you all probably know, Minnesota is seeing increased community transmission. And here in Richfield, we just passed over 1,000 cases recently. We're at 1,091. And we're also seeing that COVID fatigue is real. You know, people are frustrated with it. But as we enter into cold and flu season, it is so important that you stay home if you're sick, wear your mask, wash your hands, and socially distance. And we're meeting regularly as we have been through the whole pandemic. And right now we're not making any major changes. We've been issuing regular reminders to our staff so that they're practicing that. And we'll just keep you posted if we need to tighten up. But so far we're business as the new normal.
Thank you, City Manager Rodriguez. Comments or questions on the City Manager's report from council members?
Well, I did want to comment on one thing. Since City Manager Rodriguez brought it up, you know, I've had to go to City Hall on a regular basis in the last few days, and I want to say that you know, as people go in, there's a line for voting, and then there's a line for other business, and I really appreciate the residents because they are so patient and they are so sweet, you know. And then the other good thing is that we have Kathy Bender has been there, and she is just very knowledgeable. And if she doesn't know the answer, she goes in and gets the answer. So it's been a terrible, terrible time for all of us. But protocol has been followed to ensure our safety, and I just wanted to just thank staff for actually really going all out to make this as easy and as welcoming as it can for the public.
Thank you, Councilmember Garcia. Any other comments or questions from council on this side on City Manager's report? All right, thank you very much, City Manager Rodriguez. The next item, claims and payroll, goes to Councilmember Garcia.
Thank you, Mayor. I think it is time that we paid our bills and that we paid our employees. So therefore, I will move claims and payroll.
Councilmember Whalen, I'll second.
Thank you. The motion for claims and payroll has been made by Councilmember Garcia and seconded by Councilmember Whalen. Analyst Martinez Govinia, could you please take the roll call vote?
Mayor Reagan Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilmember Garcia.
Aye.
Councilmember Whalen.
Aye.
We have 3 ayes.
Thank you. Claims and payroll has been approved. The next item is going to be hats off to hometown hits. Sorry, Councilmember Garcia, would you like to start?
Sure. The other thing I wanted to make sure that people know, and you cannot repeat this, often enough, but we're still in the process of voting. So if you want to go to City Hall and fill out and register and vote there, you can do so. If you have an absentee ballot and you fill it out, you can deliver it directly into the city clerk's office, and that's a big help. And to the rest of you, when you do go to vote on election day, please wear a mask and please follow the protocol that is set aside for this. So that's just a reminder, because voting is crucial for us. And the other issue I wanted to bring up was that on October the 24th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. At City Hall, the police department is open, and they will have a drive-through so that they can pick, so that if you want to get rid of your prescriptions, whether they're old and they're expired, or they could be potentially dangerous because you might have kids around or whatever. So any kind of medications that you want to get rid of, we don't want to put them down our toilet. What we want to do is make sure that we take them to City Hall October the 24th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And it's a drive-through, so you don't really, it's a Saturday, so you don't have to get out of your car or anything. You just hand them to the officer that's there. And I want to thank them for doing this because it is much more convenient than going to other venues like the public library and at Southdale. So this is another top service that's provided by Richfield.
Thank you, Councilmember Garcia. Councilmember Whalen.
Thank you, Mayor. I was going to also emphasize voting for folks. I wanted to lift up two. I was able to join, it was a virtual event, I think it was last week, I can't remember when, but that was the launch of the new Building Dignity and Respect Standards Council. That's a partnership, it's a new partnership of a lot of different groups, primarily several local labor unions and other organizing groups that work directly with construction workers. I know we recently passed, and we're proud to pass, prevailing wage ordinance, and will continue to work on how to address wage theft and labor trafficking at the local level. But this is a powerful new partnership that's based on, it's only, I think they said like the third of its kind in the country, but it's been really successful for farm workers conditions in Florida. And another, I can't remember the other example where it has been used, but a new partnership to basically ensure that workers in our communities get the fair treatment, the wages that they are promised and deserve, and that they're treated well. So I was excited to be part of that and look forward to the continued partnership there. And then the only other thing I had, I think I might even be somewhat late on, forgotten it last time, but most of you probably received some info like this about WaterSmart portal that you can, if you visit richfieldmn.watersmart.com, you can learn more, get signed up. But that's just a new opportunity to track your water usage that's made possible with the new meters that we've got. So excited about that. Can give you some water saving tips and such as well too. That's what I got.
Thank you, Councilmember Whalen. There's a couple things. So I just want to say thank you to all the staff who helped prepare and to all the community members who attended the beautiful ceremony and celebration of our Councilmember Edwina Garcia. I heard it was exceptional weather and a great and beautiful event. And a huge thanks especially to City Manager Rodriguez, Blanca, and Kelly who helped in planning everything. So we just love you very much, Councilmember Garcia, and thank you to everyone who participated. I heard that it was just a great event. And then,
Mayor, can
go
I
ahead.
speak to that?
Yep.
You know, I was going to speak to that, but then I thought I would wait until way late when I actually am ready to leave. But but I wanted to say one thing, you know, city staff just did a beautiful job with everything. Every little detail was perfect, and it was beautiful. We did have some elected officials that came by. We had County Attorney Mike Freeman. We had County Commissioner Debbie Gotel. We had council members Simon Troutman and Mary Supple, and I don't know if I'm missing anybody else. And then we did get a letter from Senator Amy Klobuchar. So it was, but when I wanted to say something, I choked up and I couldn't say it. But what I want to say is, I feel a loyalty to this community because it's been so good to me. But these are really genuine, good, decent people that live in this city. There have been many, many times that as I've gone through my political career, when I've had, you know, reason for them to question me about whatever, and And yet they waited for the process to finish before anybody said anything. And that really showed me that you know, that they respected me and that they knew me enough to know that I was okay. And I'm mentioning that, you know, mostly the phone gate from the Minnesota house where I was accused of using the phone for a Twin City resident, using it more than any other Twin City legislator, and sometimes even more than the rural people. And I've got to thank you know, the house. We had Barbara Goodwin and myself and other people. We picked up that list of all those calls that were made. Some were made to Russia, some were made to China, some were made Thailand, I don't know, other places in the world, and some were made to rural Minnesota. And we found out that I wasn't the one that made them. My predecessor was the one that kept his card and was using it even after he left the legislature and continued to make these calls. But I didn't say anything until all the evidence was in, and when I did, you know, it made front page of the Trib. But I want to say that I'm really comfortable because I couldn't have asked for anybody else would have been all over me and just being nasty and all of that. But folks stood by me because they knew me and they knew that I always try to do the right thing. And that means that sometimes I go anti my political party, but I've always lived with the idea that there's a certain way you do things, there's a certain process and protocol that you use. And anytime I went against my party, I always went told the speaker what my intentions were, because I wanted to be true to the citizens of this community. I wanted to be true to the city of Richfield. I wanted to be true to you who deserve the highest level of transparency, and to the residents that have, you know, there's people that have one of the folks that was there was my friend Daphne Gopal, and she and I met in the 80s because we were both members of the Human Rights Commission, and that's the 80s. And look at where we are right now. And we've kept in touch, and we visit each other, and we take care of each other. And you know, there's so many people out there that I have little anecdotal stories that I could tell, but you have been good to me, Richfield. And it's been such a pleasure to work with you. I want you to know that, you know, everyone that I've worked with in the public has been outstanding. And I've always talked about, you know, that there's two kinds of government. You know, you have the local government, which I think is the closest to the people, and then you have the legislative branch and so on. But I have always said, and I have always bragged, and I have always been proud of the outstanding City of Richfield employees. Their staff has just been, I mean, they do the work, they're dedicated, they're educated, they work with the public. It's just been such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time. And you know, so we're all a team. You know, we're all a team. It's the residents and the people on the council or the representatives and your staff. So I can't say enough about how grateful I am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Garcia. That was so touching. We all care about you very much, and we're very thankful for your leadership. And we know that you're not going anywhere. You're just going to be around the corner, still there, guiding us and leading in our community, because that's who you are. You are a true public servant, and so many of us are where we are today because of your mentorship and your leadership. You always encourage and inspire the leadership in other people, in our residents. So thank you for that, Councilmember Garcia.
Thank you, Mayor.
I have a couple more items I'll just review briefly. These are things on our website. So if you want to go to our website, just remember we do have the recording of our City Council candidate forum. So as council members has said, it is election time now and your vote matters and counts. So if you want to learn more about our City Council races and candidates, please go to our website. That was a great forum put together and hosted by our League of Women Voters in the city of Richfield. Also on our website, you can find information in the news section that the Richfield Charter Commission is seeking to fill 3 vacancies on our commission. And this is the group that is responsible for studying the Richfield Charter and government. So this is the group. The Richfield Charter really focuses on the form of government we have and reviewing the charter that guides our local government. And it has 15 members on the commission, and the term is 4 years. So we're looking for folks to apply, and that appointment is made by the Chief Judge of Hennepin County District Court. So you can find information on our website, or you can call the City Manager Rodriguez at 612-861-9701 to get an application. And the closing date for the application is the end of the month. It's Friday, October 30th. So you still have a little bit of time to apply. Also, I was at my mechanics this morning to drop off my car, and they're a local small business here in Richfield around the corner from my house. And I said, hey, did you know that we have applications open, or the process open to get a small business assistance loan? And they said, yes, we did get that information by Richfield, but it's a loan and we're not interested in a loan. We need a grant. And I said to them that this loan was a forgivable loan. So I just want to reiterate to all of our small businesses that the city of Richfield does have our loan process open right now, and the information is on our website, and the due date is soon, October 19th. But these are forgivable loans. So I just want to make sure our small businesses know that these are forgivable loans. And I think that is all I have. So seeing as we have no other business, I will adjourn our meeting. Thank you, everybody, for coming, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.